Where can a Subaru take you? It can take you here, and here, and even here.
The Subaru Impreza, a compact Japanese import introduced in 1992, is a car whose demeanor has always surpassed expectations. A relatively unassuming economy car at the outset, it was quick to prove to the world that Japanese cars could be more than just an appliance. They could be fun too. And thanks to this little-known grassroots motorsport competition known as the World Rally Championship, the Impreza proved just that. Winning 46 rallies before retiring in 2008, Impreza not only showcased the impressive capabilities of Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive and unconventional boxer engine layout, but it cemented the brand's reputation as the adventurous, pot-smoking uncle of the car world. And ever since, Subaru has maintained their encouragement for freedom of expression. Just about anyone can find their niche, from lesbians to vape gods and everyone in between. And this 2003 Impreza confidently exemplifies that motto. So, let's unravel the life story of this bug-eyed banana after more than 200,000 miles of adventure. Unless you're a hardcore WRX fanatic, you may not have noticed that the exterior of this car features a few minor modifications. But believe it or not, with a keen eye, we'll find a few things that deviate from its factory original condition. At the front is a custom-designed tube steel bumper with a CNC plasma-cut skid plate of pre-famulated amulite, surmounted by a malleable logarithmic casing in such a way that the two spurving bearings are in a direct line with the panometric fan. The latter consists simply of 6 hydrocoptic Marsal vanes, so fitted to the ambifacient lunar wane shaft that side fumbling was effectively prevented. That is to say, this bumper is rather subtle and keeps in style with Subaru's intended design language. The winch mounted to it is really the only giveaway that hints at its aftermarket nature. Continuing this theme, the headlights have also been replaced, but not with just any aftermarket Impreza headlights. No, these are for a Jeep Wrangler. After all, if you're going to try and blend in with the Jeep crowd, you might as well steal their eyeballs. At the back, a similar story is told. A custom bumper bolts to the frame, along with an external wheel mounted to an articulating arm. And finally, the wheels are in fact bigger than standard. They are 29-inch Arturo tires, mounted to 15-inch Team Dynamic rally wheels. For more info on those, please forward all inquiries to the owner's Instagram link below. Give him a follow too, and subscribe to me while you're at it. For as extreme as the exterior is, you might be surprised to learn that the interior is quite vanilla by comparison. Aside from the assortment of added gauges, not much has been modified. Were it not for the excess of gravel and dust covering every square inch, this might actually be a pleasant space. It's typical early 2000s Japanese interior design through and through, offering a certain nostalgic charm. Surrounded by the durable plastic and fabric upholstery, it can take a beating and bounce back with just a good scrub. But as any masochist will tell you, there's still a limit to how much beating one can take. When the owner first received the car, the driver's seat rattled and jerked violently over bumps or through the corners. Turns out, one of the seat mounting brackets was missing entirely. This made trips to the grocery store more exciting, but as the novelty wore off, it was eventually fixed for good. And being a wagon, grocery getting and toting large quantities of things has been a natural part of this Impreza's life. This saw its limit, however, when the owner packed its rear with 2 transmissions and a spare engine, which caused the plastic floor to collapse. I guess he never learned that you should start small whenever putting things in your rear end. Up to this point, it's appeared to be all fun and games with this Subaru. With all the time spent modifying the exterior, surely that leaves no extra time and money for repairs, right? It must mean those 200,000 miles were trouble-free. No, that 200K milestone did not come without a fight. You see, this car is like your aunt's crusty, incontinent chihuahua that she just won't let die. Should have died years ago, but has been kept alive by sheer willpower. The owner has nurtured this car for only 7 years and 60,000 miles, yet it's on its 3rd engine, third transmission, second differential, and approximately 2,000 struts have been replaced. Now, some context is needed, however. Upon taking ownership of the vehicle, it had 140,000 miles and was still on the original engine. Service history was unknown. As the story goes, just 12 hours after purchasing the car, the owner noticed an unnerving amount of noise and shrapnel coming from the engine bay as he drove along. Now, this might be normal Subaru behavior, but the owner pulled over and checked anyway. The timing cover had exploded, taking along with it the timing gears and belt. Shoddy workmanship from the previous owner was the suspected culprit. Less than a month later, after fixing the timing belt, another catastrophe struck. A broken valve had unleashed more turmoil in the engine bay. Sputtering and coughing, the car begged to be put out of its misery, but it was fixed again with a rebuilt head. Soon after, Rodnock joined the chat, and so a junkyard engine was installed to fix the issue. That replacement actually lasted for 50,000 miles before the owner replaced it with motor number 3. This time though, an upgraded unit, a 2.5 turbo from an Outback. With it, a new 444 final diff, a 5-speed from a Forester 2.5 XT, and a whole suite of performance modifications, which I'll list now. All this added potency was good fun too. Well, until the transmission blew its brains out all over a dirt road during a rallycross event. So, transmission number 3 was installed. This one from a 2006 Outback Turbo. And so far, that transmission has handled the last 1,000 miles without issue. That's gotta be a record. Now, I know I've just mercilessly berated this car for the past few minutes, but it's all in jest. Through all the heartache, obstacles, and haters, the owner has managed to create something truly unique and stuck with a car that would have otherwise been scrapped by a less patient owner. That alone deserves praise and admiration. So with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next mile.